Welcome to Magic Tricks and Secrets. My name is Jeff Evans, and this is the finale to Magic Week. Hopefully over the past few days you've learned how to do a magic trick. Maybe you learned the linking paper clips trick, or the jumping rubber band trick, or the Ace of Diamonds card trick. Well, today I'm going to be performing some of my favorite tricks. I'm also going to teach you a neat science stunt where oil and water change places, and I'm going to teach you a way to balance 2 forks and a coin on top of a drinking glass, on top of 3 kitchen knives, on top of 3 other drinking glasses. It's as crazy as it sounds. Now, usually at this time of year, I would be in your area visiting the libraries performing magic. Unfortunately, that's not possible. Last year, I had a fantastic time. I got to do sightseeing while I was in the area. I stopped by Pashastan Pinnacle State Park in Kashmir. I admired the mighty Columbia River and the Windmill Garden in Grand Coulee. I took the Keller Ferry up to Republic, where I performed for the library and visited the Stone Rose Fossil Dig. I met tons of great people in Chelan, Royal City, Soap Lake, George, Twisp, Entiat, Oroville, and Kashmir. I hiked up Lookout Mountain in Twisp, saw the Lake Lenore Caves, watched an amazing sunset at the Columbia National Wildlife Refuge. I was really looking forward to returning this summer, but instead, I thought it might be neat to give you a tour of where I live, which is Olympia, the capital city of Washington. If you visit, you need to see the state capitol. That's where the legislature meets. Downtown Olympia has nice public artwork and murals. There's the Artesian Well, where you can get free drinking water. Tumwater Falls and the old Olympia Brewery are must-see landmarks. Harbor Days is an annual event that draws neat old boats to the waterfront. This is Percival Landing, and it's one of my favorite parts of Olympia. So I wanted to do one of my favorite card tricks for you. Actually, I'm gonna use these giant cards just to make it easier for you to see. And I'm gonna give you a hint. My favorite card is in the middle. So my question for you is, what is the name of my favorite card? I'll give you a hint, it's not a heart. If you said the Ace of Clubs, you would be correct. Oh wait, hold on. Actually, my favorite card is my library card. That's right, and you know, anytime you go into your local library with your library card, you can check out books for free, you can check out magazines for free, newspapers free, DVDs for free, the internet for free. So in many ways, your library card is almost like magic. Do you want to see something that's puzzling? Head to the state legislature. They're full of tricks. I'm kidding. There's a lot of good people in Olympia. I live in Olympia. But I brought one of my favorite puzzles for you. This is a puzzle that I don't even think has an explanation. Some big pom-poms, a stick, and cord. It's basically what it is. Big pom-poms, stick, cord. Now the white pom-pom and the red pom-pom are connected by a long cord. The yellow pom-pom and the blue pom-pom are connected with a tiny little short cord. That makes sense. This makes sense. I don't know why they built it. I don't know what the purpose is, but here's where it gets a little bit weird. The white pom-pom is also connected to the blue pom-pom. That's the exact same cord. And then, so we know that the blue pom-pom is connected to the white pom-pom, and the white pom-pom is connected to the red pom-pom, and that's kind of weird. But here's where it gets just a little bit weirder. I thought that the yellow pom-pom was just there for decoration, like a hood ornament, but it's not. It actually has a purpose. The yellow pom-pom is also connected to the blue pom-pom. That's the same cord. That is the same cord. I can see it going all the way through. Wait, hold on. You're telling me yellow is connected to the blue, blue is connected to the white, and the white is connected to the red. But wait, it gets better. Not only that, the white pom-pom, in addition to being connected to the red and to the blue, the white pom-pom is also connected to the yellow pom-pom, which in turn connects to the blue pom-pom. And of course, therefore, the blue pom-pom must be connected to the red pom-pom, which in turn connects to the white pom-pom. And of course, the white pom-pom is connected to the blue pom-pom, but the white pom-pom is also connected to the yellow pom-pom. I'm exhausted just trying to explain it. Here's the weirdest thing. Like you, I'm probably thinking like maybe pulleys or intricate intertwining strings inside to make all this work. It obviously can't be going up my sleeves because I'm not wearing any sleeves. There's no apparent magnets. There's no like batteries or electronics. Here's the weirdest thing. If both of the cords are long at the same time and you look inside, you'll find absolutely nothing. There's no connection between the two sides at all. I think it was invented to fool cats. You know, cats would be like trying to play with this, figuring out which one connects where. Either that, or maybe it's grandma's knitting project went terribly wrong. I don't know. It's very confusing. I think that we all need to write our legislators. There are so many amazing magic books. This is my own personal library, but every single library has magic sections, and they're always in the same place. If you go into any library at your school, at a public library, and type magic into the computer, it'll tell you 793.8. So that's the magic section in the library, 793.8. And whatever you're interested in, whether it's science, sports, animals, fishing, doing arts and crafts projects, playing a musical instrument, there are even books about video games. Whatever it is that you're interested in, type it into the computer and it will tell you exactly what section to find it. Now the book I wanted to show you today is this booklet called Magic Coin Tricks Anyone Can Do. This is an old book. It was written in 1941, and this is the book that got me started in magic. You can see it's pretty beat up. It was not an easy book to learn from, regardless of what it says. But check out the picture on the front cover. It says, "Mystify your friends, be the center of attraction," and it shows a hand empty on the back, on the front, reaching into the air and pulling coins out of thin air. And I think that as a kid, I was mesmerized by the idea of being able to reach in the air and just pull money out of basically nothing. Now I'm gonna do a coin trick with this. It's 50 cents, a $50. I usually do the gravity check before I do any magic. The gravity check, basically you just let go, and if it falls down, that's good gravity. If it falls up, that's probably not good gravity. You might want to check that again. This is like instant replay on television. It actually falls up. And the only thing weirder than having a coin that falls up is where I put the coin when I'm done with it. I use this. It's a magician's wallet. It's what I call it. It always looks empty, even when there's something inside. Oh, I also sometimes carry coins around my neck on a cord. This is not an American coin. It's a Chinese coin that has a hole in the middle. And because the cord is knotted at one end, it's basically a loop, the only way to get the coin off is either to cut the cord, break it, or, there we go, just let it melt right through. Now I'm going to put this coin on my forehead so that you can keep your eye on it at all times. I don't want it falling off before the end of the trick, so I've got a piece of tape that I'm going to use to tape it in place. But you can remember that there's a Chinese coin with a hole on my forehead. Now I've got to find my money. Oh, here it is. Oh yeah, it is there. For a second there, sometimes I amaze even myself. I'm going to do this with one hand. No, I'm going to do it with one finger. One finger. Remember, a silver US $50, but with a touch of one finger, it changes into a Chinese coin with a hole through the center. And if the Chinese coin is here, then the $50 might be right there. Now we're basically at the end of the trick. And you'll remember at the beginning of the trick, I had a cord that was tied into a loop and a coin. So once I put the coin back on the cord, and the cord back around my neck, that's the end of the coin trick. Do you know what kind of paper this is? This is the paper that they print money on, like dollar bills, but not just regular dollar bills. It's the paper that they print $100 bills on. Yay, I'm rich! That's how to be retiring.
A lot of money.
Find your X-ray vision goggles and get ready to watch very close. This is kind of a observation test. So I want you to be watching me extra close, but you're also gonna have to remember what you see. For instance, did you, in your peripheral vision, happen to notice how many spots are on the back side of this card? Maybe you did. There's one spot there. How many spots are on the second side of the card? Exactly, 4 spots. Now that's easy. So we know there's 1 spot there, 4 spot there. How many spots are on the third side? Oh, I didn't show you the third side. Okay, my fault. There's 3 spots on that side and 6 on the side I didn't show you yet. That's right, there's 1 there, 4 there, 3 there, and 6 there. That is like so crazy. Whoa, 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 whoa. I hope you didn't see that. Okay, I wanted you to see it. This is a special card. You can actually make this with cardboard if you want. Just put spots exactly in this pattern. Now when you cover one of the spots, your friends see 4 spots, but when you put your hand here and you just show it really fast, your mind fills in the missing spot because you're used to seeing spots like on dominoes or dice. So same thing on this side. Here it looks like 1, there's actually 2, but if you put your hand here, again, you're used to seeing the pattern, so you think there's probably a 3rd one. Here's the important thing. If you do actually perform this for a friend, make sure that you don't accidentally get distracted and scratch your hair, because then people are gonna realize there really are 6 there, there really are 3 there, and pretty soon people are seeing spots before their eyes. When you don't understand how something works, you might explain it by magic, but it could probably better be explained by science. I've been fascinated by science for a long time because I like knowing how things work. What I'm about to show you next is a demonstration. It's a science demonstration. It combines air pressure and density. Air pressure is kind of confusing. You think of pressure as something that presses down on you. But interestingly, air pressure also presses sideways and it even presses up. It really surrounds us. So we're going to take advantage of that to make this experiment possible. For this demonstration, you'll want a little bit of water. I added green food coloring just to make it look like science. Cooking oil. 2 plastic containers that are the exact same size. Mine are rectangular, but you can definitely use just plastic drinking glasses. And a pan or a dish, something to absorb and pick up any of the liquids that spill, because there is some water and oil that are going to spill in this. So I recommend that you either do it in an area where you can make a mess or do it in your garage or outside. Here we go. Here's the challenge. It's the water and oil challenge. Both containers are going to be filled all the way to the brim, just to make it as difficult as possible. The question is, how can you transport all of the oil from this side over to where the water is, and all the water from its side to where the oil is, but without using any other containers? Now there's more than one solution to this. So if you want, you can pause the video and think about ways that you could get the water from this container into this container and the oil from this container into that container without using any other container, so you can't dump the water into something else. I've asked this to students over the years. I do school assemblies with science and magic, and I get different answers. Some people say, well, you could freeze the water, make it an ice cube, pop the ice cube out, pour the oil into this side, and put the ice cube back in there. Or some people say that if you had a pump, you could pump the oil out and have them like circulate and change containers, or you could soak up the water into like a towel until it was totally empty, pour the oil in, wring the towel out, and these are all totally solutions. This is going to be super simple. All you need is a postcard. Put the postcard over the water and flip it upside down. Now, do you remember when I talked about, oh, by the way, don't do this in your house. That could be, whoa, did you see what just happened? This seems like the water is defying gravity. This is not science, or it's not magic, it's science. Now, I'm gonna be honest, this always makes me a little bit nervous because this is not 100%, and this is why I recommend you do not do it in your house unless you're renting. What makes this work is that air pressure actually presses up. And oh, very important, I'm using a laminated postcard. Don't use regular paper, you will be disappointed. Now once you set it up like this, I'm going to slowly slide the postcard away. Oil and water have different densities. So think about this. When there's an oil spill in the ocean, does the oil float on top of the water or does it sink to the bottom of the ocean where you'd never know there was an oil spill? It floats on top. So this means that oil is less dense than water. Right now the oil's on the bottom, but when I slide the postcard away, the oil and water are going to start to mix. And as they do, the water, which is denser, begins sinking. The oil begins rising. That is definitely science magic. Now at this point, you don't want to, this is important, I didn't pull the postcard all the way out because if you do, it's really hard to slip it back inside of the containers. But that way it's pretty easy. There's going to be a little bit of oil and water on top of the postcard, so that's why I've got the pan underneath. And voila, you've just done your own science magic! If you want to learn some more cool science demonstrations you can do at home, head to the library, just type into science experiments into the computer. You're going to get a few different call numbers you can look for. You can also visit my website, which is sciencemagicvideos.com, with a ton of cool science things you can do at home. Oh, but if you do it at your house, don't do it when your mom and dad are there. I'm kidding. Do it when they're there. They're going to want to see this too. Have fun. I don't need to tell you that there's only so much magic that I can perform for a camera, because at some point I want to have real people to interact with and make decisions that are going to affect the outcome of a magic trick. So my friends Hazel and Araya are in Antioch, and they're going to join me. They're going to join me via Zoom. Actually, I think they're ready. Hold on just a second. Okay, you've got it. You have a book of some kind. Nice. How many pages are in the book?
394. 394.
394. I want you to think of any number between 394. Just think of it in your mind. I'm going to try and dive into your mind. Are you thinking of a number between 1 and 394?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, hold on. All right. I am committed. What number were you thinking of between 1 and 394? I think I got it.
196.
196. Hazel, I actually wrote 196 on the pad of paper. Now I want you to open the book to page 196. Araya, I'll have you do this. I want you to think of any word on page 196 that has at least 4 letters. And I should call your attention
Over into the frame
to that envelope, which has been hanging behind me the entire time. I can't show you what's inside of it yet. Araya, what word kind of jumped out of the page at you?
Apple.
What is it?
Apple.
Apple. What's the name of the book that you have?
Emergency contact.
Okay, and that was just a book that you happened to have in your house. There's no way that I could have known that you had that book that you were going to grab. And obviously, if you had chosen a different number than 196, it probably would have been a different word that you decided on. But inside of this envelope is a piece of paper, and it says, "I believe the word you will select is apple." Wow, how about that apple? This book is one of my favorites, and you know it's one of my favorites because I've got a bunch of bookmarked pages. And when I'm looking for new ideas for things I might want to do, I look through my books. When I was looking through this one, I saw a picture that caught my eye. It was something that I hadn't seen before. I must have missed it the first time I was reading it. All you need are 4 plastic drinking cups, 3 table knives, and you can impress your friends. You're gonna like this. Let's head into the kitchen. Figure 487 shows how 3 knives can be balanced on 3 glasses. The crossed blade points will support a 4th glass. I've got 3 plastic drinking cups. I have 3 not sharp kitchen knives, like dinner knives. I have found a couple of things. First of all, you want it to be an equilateral triangle where the distance between each cup is about the same. Start by putting 1 knife on top, put a 2nd knife on top, and notice that I'm leaving plenty of, the blades are extending past each other. They're not right at the points. If they're right at the point, it's not gonna work. So you have it extending across. Now the 3rd knife, here's where it gets a little bit tricky. The 3rd knife has to go underneath the knife that's supporting the other one, because if you try and start with it on top and you let go, it's just gonna fall, it's gonna collapse. So it goes underneath, this is the supporting blade, goes underneath, and then it crosses on top of the 1st knife, so they're all like locked and layered together. I'm not gonna lie, that's gonna take you, it's kind of a knack. It takes a little bit of practice. I'm gonna do it one more time. So you set up your triangle, set 1 knife, set another knife on top, leaving plenty, extending, the ends extend past each other. The 3rd knife goes under the bottom knife and over the top knife, and then they kind of lock into place. And then of course you can adjust your glasses so you've got it perfect. And this is fairly stable. I'm pretty stable, like I would stand on that. I would stand on that and juggle. I'm kidding. Now, as a bonus, you can set another object on top of this little platform. And I'm gonna incorporate something that you may have learned last week. It's the forks and coin balance. If you missed it, I'm gonna teach it quickly here. But basically, you take a large coin, I'm using a 50-cent piece, you can also use a quarter, put the top tines of 1 fork into the coin, take the top tines of another fork into the coin, and then you set this contraption on the edge of the glass. Oh, now I made that look really easy. It is not, oh, okay. Now, let me do it again so I can explain some of the things that may throw you off the first time you try this. Again, tines of the fork going in the top of the coin. You want to be able to hold the coin and have the forks supporting themselves. And then you set the edge of the coin onto the edge of the glass. And at this point, it usually never balances right away. But what you do is you move the handles of the fork either in or out. And I can feel with my supporting hand, which is this hand, I can feel when they're coming into balance. And when they're about into balance, Then I let go, and voila. Admit it, this looks very cool. If you're interested in things like this, look in the puzzle section of the library. They've got more books with things just like this. I discovered that the titles of many books involve colors, and for some reason my brain started thinking about this, and I put together an experiment that combines colors with the titles of books. My friend Dimitri is going to join me via Zoom for this trick. So I've got miniature pictures of books. This is Blueberries for Sal. This is Old Yeller. Now maybe have you seen Clifford the Big Red Dog before?
Yeah.
Yeah. How about Green Eggs and Ham?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It.
How about Harold and the Purple Crayon?
Yes, I've seen one of those books.
Okay. Well, I also have little squares that have question marks, and these represent the mystery and the unknown. And on the back of every one of these is a color. I'm not going to show you the colors yet, but Dimitri, this question mark, do you want me to put it by Blueberries for Sal, Old Yeller, Clifford the Big Red Dog, Green Eggs and Ham, or Harold and the Purple Crayon? Which book do you want me to?
Green Eggs and Ham.
You know what? I'm really glad you said that, because guess what color's on the back of that?
What?
It's green, because you chose Green Eggs and Ham.
Wait, is there any color I picked?
Well, let's try another one. Let's do, how about this color? Which book do you want me to put it by?
Let's do the purple crayon.
Ah, the Purple Crayon. Okay, I'm going to show you that in a second. Which one do you want me to put this one by?
Big Red Dog.
Big Red Dog. Oh, that's crazy. Which one do you want me to put this one by?
You have Blueberries or Old Yeller?
Blueberries.
Okay,
No.
Dimitri, I'm going to give you one last chance. If you want, I can put this one by Old Yeller, or if you want, I can switch it for any one of these other ones. It's your choice.
Let's switch it for the purple crayon.
Ooh, are you sure you want me to put this one over here?
Pretty sure.
Okay, I'm glad you did, because guess what? That one is yellow on the back, and it goes with Old Yeller. This one is purple, so it goes with the Purple Crayon. And the Clifford the Big Red Dog, that's a big red spot. And Blueberries for Sal is blue.
Am I just really smart, or is it just like a joke that you make them?
I think that you are really smart. In fact, I have a gift for you. Well, it's not really a gift, but it's like a surprise. There's an envelope up there, and I don't want to show you what's inside yet, but I'm going to show it to you in a minute, and it's going to surprise you. I have this card with activities that you might like doing over the summer vacation. So this represents listening to music or maybe making music. This could be playing with friends. This is like arts and crafts activities, riding your bike, reading a book. So I want you to think of one of these activities, and don't tell me which one you're thinking of. I'm going to make a prediction. I'm going to write it on the back of my business card. So just think of one of these. You can think of music, friends, arts and crafts, riding a bike, or reading a book. Oh, I need to know one little piece of information about you that is going to tell me how you think. What's your favorite flavor of ice cream?
Maui Wowie is one of my favorites.
What's it called?
Maui Wowie.
Maui Wowie. Okay, cool. Now, I want you to think of one of these. Music, friends, arts and crafts, riding a bike, or reading a book. And I'm going to jot down a prediction.
Not telling you.
Okay. I already wrote my answer down. So tell me, Dimitri, which one of these activities were you thinking of?
I would say, ooh, this is hard.
Oh no, don't change your mind.
Why not? I would probably do friends.
Yes, I knew that you were going to say that. In fact, I was so confident. On the back of my business card, I wrote down friends.
What? Isn't Marcus anyone I bitch?
Yes, he was. He said you can do it.
Dimitri, do you remember I told you about that envelope up there? It's been there the
Yes.
whole time.
Yes.
It says a special poem. Can you see that? Here, I'll hold it here.
A special poem for Dimitri.
That's right. And inside it says, you scream, I scream, we all scream for Maui Wowie ice cream.
Wait, I might know what this means.
You knew that. You like it.
Wait, does that mean I just like something that makes my ice cream free for one time?
No.
No, it doesn't even mean you get free ice cream, sorry. But you know what? The next time you go into the library with your library card, any books that you want to check out are going to be free checkouts.
What?
I know, it's crazy. That's it. On behalf of my friends at the North Central Regional Library, thank you for being part of Magic Week. You know, if it wasn't for viewers like you, I would probably be at home in my room talking to myself. Actually, I'm at home in my room talking to myself. But that's not the important